Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, we now have even more info on Braum in 2XKO. Thanks to a recently revealed video from Riot, where the developer responsible for Braum himself actually gave us some extra insight into the character. That being Steve Up to Snuff Bankert. And in this video, what I want to do is just kind of compile all the info that was given, and also a couple other little hints that weren't as obvious. Although that said, we do get a little sneak peek at the colors, and colors are lifeblood in any fighting game. Perhaps the most important part of fighting games, so take a gander here. So now gameplay wise, let's talk the freeze buff. Now we have a name for it. It's the unbreakable buff. This is where Braum's shield door gets a nice little layer of frost applied to it, and turns out it affects quite a bit. For one, it gives his heavy attacks super armor. So Braum's effectively like the Hulk at this point. I'm assuming only one hit, but still that's incredibly dangerous in that he can just kind of blow through gaps or just go crazy attacking you, and you kind of have to really respect it while the buff is live. Now, the buff's not magic. If you knock him down in any way, be it via an attack or via throw, you get rid of the buff. Also, moves that are charge okay, where you can just hold down the button for a different effect, those will also break armor. So, he's not invincible, although it's still quite strong. Stuff like the universal wake-up mechanic, that's only one hit. So Braum can literally just run in and armor through it and just keep attacking. So you need a wake-up with a bit more pizzazz. Like, say, a super move. Otherwise, Braum can kind of freely bully you on your wake-up if he has the buff up. And of course, when you have the buff live, all your special moves on top of doing more damage, which is great. Also gain all sorts of various different properties, like certain moves can now freeze the enemy, and then you can just go for like whatever given combo after the fact. It is also stated that the buff will remain live while he's currently tagged out. So any, special moves or whatever, or any assists, if they benefit from the buffs, they'll still be there while he's tagged out, so you can just kind of go crazy. Like this example, Braum freezes, tags out the Darius. Darius goes for his big, like, F-off charged heavy, which he can dash cancel, and then basically kind of kill you from that combo right there. It does seemingly scale a bit, but not enough to stop dying. Another fun character trait we've learned from Braum now is heavies. So no matter the heavies, stand heavy, crouch heavy, also has a command normal forward heavy, he has heavy chains. So when you're doing kind of like, your basic ABC combo structure, you can rest assured you can always stack in an extra heavy attack and just kind of work with it. This definitely makes Braum feel a bit more beginner friendly than some of the other characters, especially say like Echo, who is an extra tricky character. So if you just kind of want to get in there and hit buttons, Braum seemingly will be quite good at it. Like the combo structure you're looking at right now is basically just a lot of heavies back to back to back to back. Nothing here looks particularly difficult or, hard to do, so Braum probably beginner friendly. Now the assists, everyone has two assists. One is the shield assist, which just seems extra strong. The fact that it seems to stop enemy movement dead, that's really strong. And even if a hitbox overlaps, as you're seeing right here, Braum will still shield the hit for you. Seems like a really strong way to stop an aggressive player's momentum dead in their tracks. And then, hey, let the complaining on Twitter begin. And his other assist, a bit more basic, right? It's just kind of a normal charge. But he already has one perhaps match warping assist, so I think it's fair that the other one's a bit more basic. And they showed a nice little assist sequence here. So Braum going for the move that builds his frost buff, does Ahri's assist, and handshake tags out. Okay, so now Braum's the one who is out. And now Ahri buying time. She runs forward, can't do anything because the wind wall is up from Yasuo. So, okay, screw it, run away, and then we'll call in the shield assist, and then just armor through everything, and then work our way back in with the buff live. Seems pretty cool to me. And now just looking at his specials. So down special 2, he's got a bit of a toe tap going on here, almost like Zangief Cossack kicks. And it looks like if you have the buff live when you're doing your Shattering Spires toe taps here, then you can cash out with the buff and launch the enemy, relaunch them towards you, and combo out. You're going to find for just about every special that we can see anyways, having the buff up makes the move just eminently superior. You're either going to get like a situation where you can get more combos, or just freeze the enemy. Next special, Winter's Ride. This is the one we saw from the previous video. So basically, kind of a shield charge, Captain America style almost. and then you kind of flop on top of them. And if you have the shield buff live, as we see in the previous video, it automatically corners the enemy. This is the other footage there, but yeah, so no matter where you are, corner to corner even, they're going to get put in the corner. Next special is the Winter's Bite. So this one seems to be heavily affected if you have the buff or not. So if you do have the buff, it's basically Sub-Zero's Ice Ball. You'll shoot out the projectile, and if you get hit by it, you get frozen. Without the buff live though, you punch the shield, has a bit of a concussive blast, but definitely no freeze. So pretty easy example to show just how powerful the buff is. A regular hit compared to like literally a full combo. The base shield itself, of course, is a special move as well, just like the assist. And also, just like the assist seems like really strong. You can tank through basically anything. The only thing that's going to stop you is either a throw or a move that specifically breaks armor. So indeed, if they know it's coming, yes, it's going to be easy to stop, right? But a lot of people, especially in versus games, tend to autopilot a bit, very little foresight because these games are so fast. So you can definitely stop people dead in their tracks. And as you can see in this example here, set up all sorts of gimmicks because you can call assists while your shield is live. And then if they get caught by the assist, it's combo time. And now say the Poros, right? The Poros are a big part of the move set. So what are the Poros granting us? Well, one, they're giving us a straight up full on command grab. And the command grab is really strong because we now know that if you land the command grab on top, you know, getting the damage, which is great, right? You're guaranteed to land one of your specials that will build up your frost buff, right? So if this Poro clonks you on the head on top of taking whatever damage you're going to take from this in the follow-up hit, Braum is going to have the frost buff in your face with you knocked down. So that's extra strong. And now, knowing what we know, looking back at the other footage from the other day, if you have the frost buff live, when you go for the command grab, it burns the buff and it freezes the opponent. So screw getting like, you know, one little extra hit after the fact. You're going to get literally a full combo after you land the command grab if you have the buff live. Assuming you have some bar and the fact that you can charge into your heaviest attacks and all that kind of stuff, I'm guessing you'll get like at least minimum 50% damage. So once again, the buff is kind of the reason for being for Braum. If he has the buff live, he's extra scary. Everyone's already scared of command grabs as it is, right? And if he grabs you with the buff live, potentially game over. And that's not our only Poro-based offense, right? So from the older video, we saw the Poro toss. I don't know if it was like a taunt, like a Dudley Rose or something. No, it's a proper full-on projectile. And it's multiple projectiles. So you notice Braum glows red, right? When he tosses the higher arc Poro. So that just basically indicates that you're holding the button, right? So one special move gives you two different angles depending on whether or not you hold the button. As you can see too, if you catch him in the air, you can kind of combo out as well. Not exactly a high damage projectile. You're probably not going to win much in the way of zoning wars or whatever with it. But it is highlighted because it gives Braum a way to reach the opponent from full screen. Because they stress to highlight, Braum is slow as hell. Echo here, just doing backdash canceling, is literally moving backwards faster than Braum can move forward at a full speed run, right? So big body, right? It's going to be slower. That's going to it's just how it's going to be. Hopefully it's not as bad as like Hagar versus Magneto or something. But just to show, with the Poro tosses, he does have a way to reach out and touch you. And finally, just battering ram. This is definitely a showcase move. This is just a charge forward. I have super armor, screw you move, right? Definitely probably going to be like one of the main contenders just to worry about at any given time, depending on how safe it is on block. If it's death on block, we'll see. But given the previous footage, it looks like with correct spacing, it's pretty safe-ish. And the fact that you can hit confirm any random hit that you armor through into a super that looks like to do about 40% damage, it's probably gonna be a pretty okay move. And of course we have the big cinematic level 2 super that we saw earlier as well, right? So I'm very excited for Braum. I was already excited. Now that we got a bit of a deeper look at the character, we can see more about how like the core base mechanics work. Braum looks pretty exciting to me. They say he's going to be playable at EVO, so if so, I'm looking to get my hands on at the time because I will be at EVO. Also, if you're going to EVO, don't be afraid to say hi. But my friends, that is the news for now. More Braum info, more MOBA fighting game info if you didn't see the video from earlier today. But for now, that is the video and that's everything we got for you. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well and go out and play some 2XKO.